take the bird to a show and then suddenly realize after the judge marked something as silly as a DQ on there. Oh, well, I didn't look at that. That's where you need to get the standard, study it, take your standard out with you in the evenings when you're looking at your birds. When you finish up your chores, take a little time to go around and evaluate all of them. Start thinking like the judge. Yes?
Do you have multiple shows during the season for having breaks? What do you do if you're got like a 3-week break? Still kind of maintain it.
Usually, the birds that are being shown, they have exhibition coops set up that they stay in. Those white rocks don't get washed every week. If they're up, they can stay clean if you provide them with fresh shavings. You know, I don't take the leghorns that I'm showing and just turn them out again. Once I got them caught, I'm going to keep them caught. Yes. Okay. Usually not.
What was the question?
The question is about barred rocks, but this is really any colored bird, or a white bird for that matter. They may grow, she's talking about barred rocks. They're supposed to have nice barring on their feathers, but occasionally you're going to get some birds. It's just natural to have a black feather. Before the show, if it only has 1 or 2 black feathers, just pluck it out. That's called enhancing. As long as the judge doesn't see that, that's enhancing. Now, if you're taking it and doing something with the color and adding to, that's faking. There is a difference. Different breeders have different things. The Polish breeders, they all know what they're doing to get their Polish ready to go to a show. So, but occasionally a black bird is going to naturally have a few white feathers popping up. 1 or 2 isn't going to matter. Now, when you have to pluck the bird, that's a problem. But anytime you have a pattern breed, you're going to have feathers that one feather may not match the rest. Brown leghorns, you know, they should have perfect stippling all the way to it. Invariably, there's one feather that just needs to pop out before it comes to a show.
Do your white leghorns get brassy?
Mine generally don't. But the males that choose to live out with the geese, they choose. I don't choose for them. They get access to a lot of sun, and they will get brassy. Brassiness on white birds is another thing. If white birds are kept in the sun, they're going to get brassiness, especially the males. Now, you have 2 types of white. You have dominant white, which is what a lot of birds are. Then you have recessive white. White rocks, sultans, silkies, they're a recessive white. They will stay whiter even if they're exposed to more sun. It's just a different type of white. But to keep them looking the best, your showbirds, you need to keep them out of the sun. If you have buff Orpingtons, the ones you want to show, they don't see the light of day. Because the Texas sun is too much for them and it fades their color fast. And it's going to be a year before you see that color back again. Yes. Okay. White ducks. You got to remind me we have duck people, so you got to keep reminding me we have duck people. Okay. White ducks really need the sun. They need to be a bright, glistening white. Now, if you have pecans, the standard calls for a creamy white. They don't get to see the sun. It's the same feathers. But white hulls, white runners, things like that, they need a certain amount of sun just to keep them nice and white. Plus, good bathing water too. Yeah. Bugs. We hate bugs. We don't like bugs. Bugs is something that you're going to have to always be on the lookout for. Bugs can get away from you very quickly. Polish, they're notorious for getting mites in their crest. It's a constant thing. Any loose feather bird, they're going to get mites. The ones that really get you easily are lice. That's where a judge can pull it up and feel that the lice have actually eaten the fluff off the feathers. So bugs are something that you have to keep a constant vigil on. Even though you think you may have it under control, one wild bird can bring him back in. So that's a good point. And there's different tricks. And everybody needs to figure out their different tricks for keeping their bugs down. Without a doubt. Huh? Here's a whole lot of people that know how to keep bugs down. I guarantee you. Okay, I'm going to pick on them a little bit too. Okay, yeah, they're very senior. Okay. Bob, he does okay with his bottoms every show. Dan, Cornish, he does okay. Why do they do okay? They have good birds. When they get to the show, they know how to take care of it. They've been doing it a while. There's no big secrets here. They're not magical. They've just figured it out. They're a very good resource, too, to ask questions. During the judging, you have a lot of time on your hands. Go grab people that have been judging, that tend to be doing well. Ask them questions. Most people, if you dare to ask, will very freely give you information. And anybody that does well at the shows, I guarantee you, they started out somewhere. I had the benefit of a lot of good, very good poultry mentors. Even though some of them had silkies, I couldn't hold against them. I actually appreciate good silkies because of that. It doesn't have to be somebody in the breed that you're interested in to learn a lot of knowledge. And at a poultry show, you've got a lot of valuable interest. Of course, your breeders, if you're interested in Rhode Island Reds, you can pick Kathy Gleason's brain. She's very easy to talk to. You'll find that most people, especially when you get them talking about their breed, there's no problem talking. It's usually getting them to shut up after that. Okay? At this point, it's all yours. You're going to have to ask questions. Okay? Yeah. Lack of yellow. Okay. The standard calls for some birds to have yellow legs. Rocks, leg